Today we are going to read Millions to Measure. This book was written by David M. Schwartz and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg.
How tall is dynamite? How heavy is he? How fast can dynamite run? How much water does he drink? I wonder why the author chose to have the kids ask about a dinosaur. Dinosaurs went extinct a long time ago, so maybe we're going back in time. And that would make sense because it looks like there's a wizard at the top of the page, and wizards are magical, so maybe the wizard is going to take us back in time. There are millions of things and many ways to measure. Let's fly back in time and see how people measured many years ago. I wonder what these numbers mean at the bottom of the page. They could be measurements, or maybe it means we are going back 500 years, 1,000 years, 1,500 years, and then 2,000 years. I guess we'll have to read to find out. When prehistoric people held a race, they had to think about distance. Ready, set, hold on, how far should we run? They wanted to know about size and weight. Dad, how tall am I? Ma, how heavy is my little hog? I wonder why his dad couldn't just measure him with a ruler or a meter stick, and why couldn't they just measure the pig with a scale? Well, it says that we're talking about prehistoric people, so I guess they must not have had those instruments back then. Traders had questions about volume. How much juice will fit in that jug? A bright idea was needed. Ready, set, measure. We'll use our feet. What is a trader? The trader must be the person in the picture who is talking about juice, so maybe he wants to give that man something in exchange for the jug. And what is volume? It must have to do with the amount of juice that can fit in the jug. What does the little girl mean when she says, "We'll use our feet"? Are they going to use their feet to measure? Guess we'll have to see. And so people use their feet to measure distance. It's 1,000 feet to that rock. Ready, set, go! But measuring in feet could cause confusion. You, my boy, are 4 feet tall. My dad says I am 4 feet tall. No way, I'm 3 feet tall. How could that boy only be 3 feet tall when he is obviously taller than the other boy? I guess that's what they mean when they say measuring in feet could cause confusion, because don't people have different size feet? Because feet come in different sizes. Well, there we go. Measured by my mom's humongous feet, you are only 2 feet tall. To measure weight, people use stones. My darling hog weighs 50 stones. Well, I guess my inference about feet size was correct, but wouldn't stones cause the same problem, because aren't stones different sizes too? And what is that machine that they are using to measure weight? It kind of looks like a balance. So is she trying to balance that pig with a certain number of stones? But stones come in different sizes. My huggable hippo also weighs 50 stones. Huh? I wonder when people finally started using modern technology to measure things. It looks like it would be hard work to weigh things that way. How many seeds could a container hold? That's one way volume was measured. But some seeds are tiny and others are huge, so once again, measurements could mean mix-ups. 841, 842, 843, 844, 200,001, 200,002, 200,003. There must be a better way. Time for another bright idea. Let's fly forward in time. They keep having the same measurement problem. They can't find an object that is always the same size. When will they stop making this mistake? Kings, queens, sultans, sheiks, and chiefs solved the problem of measuring with feet of different sizes. From now on, they declared, only 1 foot would be used throughout the land. Hear ye, behold thy royal foot. Foot-length rulers were made. See that my subjects measure with nothing else. I wonder what a sultan and a sheik are. They're probably some type of royalty since they were included with king and queen in that list. Weren't there a lot of kings from different countries? I wonder which king's foot they actually used. Standards were also set for weight and volume. This iron block weighs 1 pound. Use this pound and no other. Today we weigh our Queen Mother. Behold the royal cup. All volume shall be measured with this size cup and no other. 1 cup of mustard on the royal hot dog. 2 cups of pepperoni on the royal pizza. What is a standard? Since they're using the iron block every time, then it must mean using the same object every time you weigh something. Also, I wonder why they decided to use that iron block in that cup. Why didn't they use a different object or make the cup a different size? But what happened when people from faraway lands worked together? It was hard to decide which ruler's ruler would rule. Let's make bicycles. This is a 3-foot wheel from West Slovakia. This is a 3-foot wheel from Eastonesia. Your queen must have tiny feet. Gradually, people began to use the same ruler, no matter who their ruler happened to be. Now a foot was a foot whether you lived in Eastonesia or West Slovakia. I'll race you to the border. Ready, set, go! I wonder if this ruler is the same as the modern ruler that we use today. And West Slovakia and Eastonesia aren't real places, are they? I wonder which ruler's foot they actually ended up using. Now that I've modeled my thinking, I want you to practice asking questions and making inferences as you read the rest of the book. Remember that you can ask questions that will be answered directly in the story, and you might ask critical thinking questions that require more research. You can make inferences to answer your questions by combining your background knowledge with clues from the story. I hope you enjoy the rest of the book!